All right, man, we're still looking at these, looking at some characteristics. And maybe you're getting Tim Cross's characteristics of strength, but I'm just sharing them with you. And we look here in 1 Kings chapter 2, verse 2. This has been our foundation for this. David's saying to Solomon, I go the way of all the earth. Be strong, therefore, and prove yourself a man. We've been talking about the characteristics. What does a strong man look like? Many of us have pictures today. I mean, I go all the way back to the 70s when I was growing up, and you had Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Universe and Mr. America, and we have these pictures. There's so many of these today of men with huge muscles and big thigh muscles and, chest and everything like that. And that's physical strength. But David, I believe, was talking about a different kind of strength. He was talking about strength of the soul, strength of the spirit, strength of integrity and honor, that strength on the inside of a man. And I believe that's what David was saying to Solomon. Prove yourself strong, not just on the outside, but inside. And be a strong man, because that's the characteristic. That's one of the characteristics of men. Now, I want to hit on this for a quick second. I want to talk about one of the characteristics of a strong man is he has purpose in his life. As compared to a weak man will spend all his time in front of the television, spend all of his time on social media, spend all of his time on a computer, or maybe spend all of his time playing video games or computer games and things like that. If you want to be a strong man, you need to seek God to the point that you know what your purpose is. You've got reason for getting up in the morning. You got reason for going to work. Some men say, well, I don't like my job, and I want to get in. I've heard so many men say, I want a different job. I mean, and the way I listen to them, it's like, this is the way I thought. When I worked in a secular job, I didn't care about the job. It gave me income to serve God. It allowed me to pay my mortgage and to get food in my home. And so I could serve God. I mean, I had a purpose. My purpose was not necessarily the secular job. It just helped provide an income so I could serve God. I had a reason to get up. My reason for getting up, was going to work. But my reason was chasing God and chasing God's destiny for my life. My reason for getting up was finding people to minister to. It just happened to me, my job was an avenue. I got to minister to people. I got to touch people on my job. It gave me income to provide. I mean, it wasn't just, it was my destiny. It was not selling newspapers. I was at the Kalamazoo Gazette, a newspaper in Kalamazoo, Michigan, but it provided for me. And sometimes I look at some people and say, why are you complaining about your job? If you had a purpose, if you knew what God was calling you to do, man, I mean, that job is providing money so you can go to the mission field. That job is providing money so that, you got purpose to help your pastor, help him accomplish the purpose of God and the destiny of God in your church. Quit complaining about what you've got. Find your purpose. And you're not going to find it in front of the television. You're not going to find it on Facebook. And you're not going to find it playing Halo. You're going to find it by getting in the presence of God, finding your convictions, and finding out what God has called you to do. That job might just be providing income for you while you're chasing your purpose and your destiny. Strong men have purpose. Weak men waste their time. What's your purpose? If you don't know what it is, get a hold of God and find out what it is and become a strong man.